Hey everybody, this is Noblars here, and today I'm bringing you the Praetorian Guard, the Elite Praetorian Guard to be exact. Now for those who haven't seen the new movie, this isn't really a spoiler at all. This figure is in the, it's a figure in the movie, but it's not like a super important, well, they're pretty cool, but it's not going to give anything away by showing you what this is. But if you haven't seen the movie by now, it's on you because it's been out for a while and you should have seen it. So anyway, this figure took quite some time to make and it was pretty fun. I had a lot of interesting challenges to do with this figure, and there's actually like 5 of them, I believe, and each one is different. So, well, I take that back. Their armor is exactly the same. It's the helmet that changes. So the helmet and the weapon kind of give them their unique characteristics. Sorry, I can see my reflection in that thing behind the camera. Is my hand. Cool stand. I'm a little distracted. So anyway, so this figure is completely red. Other than like the other figure, I guess, was black, so there's a little bit of black shining through, but in the movie they're pretty much solid red. There's not much else to it, but I did my best with this figure. I had to hand make, well, it's all handmade by me for those who are new to my channel. It's all handmade, custom, it's all metal fabrics. I did some sculpting and a little bit of stuff like that. So I mean, it's not perfect, but from what I had in the first try, definitely pretty good. I think it's one of the better ones. Well, I'm biased, it's the best one I've seen because I made it, but there are some improvements that I could do for the next one in the future if I do that, or if I make the other ones. Then I have a little bit more to go off. So my last video, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. I'll put a link, or at the end of this video, it'll be somewhere up in here. It is the video for the You Pick I Paint, which I had some really cool entries into that. And I think what I'm going to try to do is I'll probably find a winner either on Wednesday or Thursday, so you have roughly 3 days before I pick. And there's already 2 that have been voted up pretty high, and one of them I might make anyway just because it's a really cool color scheme. It doesn't have the most votes, but it has a lot. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get to this because I'm starting to ramble, but this is the pile. But anyway, I was saying that last video because I mentioned that all this right here is the scraps it took of just trial and error and everything to make this figure, because when I make something brand new and there's new techniques that need to be made, there's a lot of trial and error, and it's just a lot of it's a lot to go through right there. So we won't even get into that right now. First thing first, I'm going to take the weapon out of the hand like so. Alright, so anyway, moving on to the figure. Let's get this to focus. Now, I don't normally do this, so it's a pretty cool feature. Now, the chest plate, as you can see as I'm turning this, is actually metal. I normally use paints and whatnot and have other features on the chest, so it is pretty cool to actually do a metal one for once. And I probably will, I didn't notice that because facing straight on, there's a little bit of metal right there that hasn't been painted. Ooh, I'll take care of that. But yeah, I normally don't do a full body, like chest plate and a back plate also, but I'll get to that. Last time I did that, I think was on a Mandalorian, so I think I might get into making more chest armor. That's probably why it took so long, just because cutting all that out. It took a minute. It took, I won't lie, it took some time to get all that situated. So, but I do like the added features. So anyway, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 pieces right here. There's the little sash right here. He does have the knee pads right there, and then the rest of that top part is black because he has, like, I guess the pants they wear, they're like black, and then like the boot part is red. You might not be able to tell, but he does have boots. I have metal going along the base for the boots. Let's see if it'll focus. It might be kind of hard to tell. You can kind of see the paint chipped off right there on the corner. I wouldn't say chipped off, it kind of rubs off on the corners if they're handled, so that's probably where that came from. And if we go over here to the arm, both arms are exactly the same. Now I do believe there is the same, there should be the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so there's 6 pieces of metal. Now I overlapped these metal bands, I guess you would call them, to get that armor effect. This is a pretty cool feature. Now I see a lot of people who make these, and I mean, there's a lot of decals and what have you, or if it's clay, or if people sculpt it, it's one solid piece. I mean, obviously it will have like the divots in it, so it looks like it's layered, but it's just one piece that's sculpted, which is nothing wrong with that. But this is pretty cool. I think it's a lot cooler to have an actual metal that's real armor. You can see the overlay that I went with that, and then of course there's a little gauntlet piece right there. And moving on to the back, we do have the same kind of chest or back armor. It pops off the figure. You can see it kind of pops off a little bit, which also is a pretty cool detail. Adds a little extra to it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces on the back. Now if you want to go look up a picture of this, go for it. I could, because of copyright. I couldn't find a free image, which was kind of lame, so I didn't want to take the risk of someone saying, hey, you can't use this image. So go look it up for yourself. Go to Google, Praetorian guard, copy paste the description of this video, and you can put it in Google and you find out. So anyway, moving on to the helmet. Now the helmet took forever. I actually destroyed it a couple times by accident. This is a completely custom helmet. It is connected to the head. The head and everything is one piece. I tried to make it separate, but I actually glued the helmet to the head at one point. I had to rip it off and fix it, and it was just a nightmare. So we have underneath here, there's a metal band to hold it onto the head, several pieces of fabric holding that together, and a bigger metal band in the front. Then we have this piece of metal in the front here, another piece of fabric that's underneath all of this, and then we have, I think that's four pieces of metal that go around to kind of give it that texture that he has, kind of that visor look, I guess. And then another solid piece here, kind of tapered it up. That took a little time to cut, because this is all hand cut to try to make this the right way. Of course, he has the neck guard underneath there, and then once I had the top piece is actually sculpted. The problem I had was I was trying to use, well, not really a problem, it's just the difficulty. I was trying to figure out, I was going to use this leather because it's a lot thinner to do that, but just to get the right shape, it was hard to bend it, and it's hard to get that same shape out of this because it's more rigid. And I tried to do it with metal. I had this really thick foam. That didn't work either. So I just sculpted it. That's why it's a little, like, not super, but it's not perfect all the way around because of the sculpting that I did. But I think that's pretty accurate to what it was. I also put some more clay up in that area there to keep it together. The head does come off. As you might be able to see in there, there's more layers of the metal and whatnot. So there's, I don't know how many pieces are on this thing, probably 1, 2, 12, 13, 14. There's probably, well, I just counted, so at least 14 that I can see. There's some other layers in the middle maybe, but 14 layers just for the helmet. That's crazy. He can pose, got some action right here. Most of these figures are just for display only because they're super epic awesome, and you can't really play with them as a regular Lego figure. So moving on to the weapon, if I can get this guy to focus for me. Okay, so this guy's weapon's pretty cool. This is I don't know what it's called actually. I don't know if it had a name or not. This weapon alone, let me count the pieces on this. 1, 2, 12, 13, 14 pieces on this weapon. So this weapon has 14, I'm just knocking everything over. Destroy everything. So 14 pieces on this blade. Now it's kind of like a vibro blade / actual blade. Now if you look these up, there's a couple different models, and by the time I actually looked up and got a really accurate image, I had already made this one, and I really like it, so I kept it. They're a little bit different. I mean, there's some small minute changes that I could have made. Like the vibro blade is actually like a pointy piece that comes out. It's not an actual blade like that, but I think this looks pretty cool. I actually really do like this design. So I stuck with it, and the unique thing about this weapon is it's kind of like a dual blade. I mean, it is, but you have a blade facing in each direction, so when he's holding it, you can, well, sorry, that's a bad representation, but basically you can swing from different angles. And another cool feature is, if you haven't already noticed, that if you did see the movie, that this blade actually was 2 blades. So, bum-ba-da-ba, it's the Force. I used magnets to put these together, so 2 identical weapons, and they bam magnet together, and they fit in his hand pretty awesomely. I don't know if that's proper English. Awesomely, awesomer, coolest, coolio. But I will get these in the hand and I will show you. Ta-da! Fits in both hands, and then he can kind of do some dual wielding. Got Kimbo blades, vibro blades right here, and yeah, pretty awesome stuff. Really sturdy. These things are put together quite nicely, and yeah, that is the weapon. Get them back out of the hand. The magnets are kind of embedded in there too, so they are not going anywhere anytime soon. Now I might sell this figure. Boop. But I kind of want to make the other ones and make kind of like not a montage, but just sort of have a video or have them all together. So I might hold off on putting them all together, or selling this one until I make the other ones. But anyway, this is kind of a longer video than I wanted it to be. But I also have some pictures I took while I was making it. It's like 3 pictures, not a whole lot. I'm gonna go ahead and link those in this video. I just kind of overlay them as I'm talking, so you can check them out, because it's kind of cool to see like before painted. I also want to do like a kind of start to finish video, like maybe not a live stream, but just have a video from, just kind of position my camera and just have a blank clone, and then just maybe time lapse the whole build. So that'd be kind of cool. I think it'll be fun. But anyway, if you all like this video, please hitchhike it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button in the middle right there. Fist pound it, bam! And if you're the first person to leave a comment on my video, I will leave a shout out to you in the description below. That is pretty much it so far. Let me know what else you want to see. I will be doing the You Pick I Paint custom pretty soon, and I will be doing that on Monday. I still have this guy that I haven't put on eBay yet. I need to put more on eBay. I might put this one on here. This one's really awesome. I will put a link to this video in the description right here if you want to go check that out. That's a cool figure if you guys are interested. And then I gotta finish this one. I just gotta put a few more details on it. It's pretty much the same. I just didn't finish him yet. So that is that. That is that. That is that. And yeah, y'all have a super awesome day. God bless, and I will see you next time.